Whoever you are, I'm not letting you ruin what's left of our future.
More Ultra Impact. So they added a new Climax battle for the Plus Ultra Season 7 Shigaraki, the one that goes in his defensive form in the final battle in the coffin in the sky. So I thought this was a pretty cool unit. I know when the leak came out, I thought it was going to be like a regular unit you summoned for. Turns out it's a Climax battle, which actually just makes sense, to be honest. It's this chaotic Shigaraki form, and being a Climax battle is really cool instead of just being a regular general pull unit. You know, it kind of, now I think about it, it does make sense that he's not a general pull unit and he is a Climax battle unit, because this is like the main villain, like sicko mode, you know what I mean? So I was debating whether or not I actually wanted to do a video over this, but I figured, you know what, might as well. It's content, and there is, I think, 16 or 17 days left for the Climax battle, so I have plenty of time to do it. I just want to get it out of the way. So for these battles, on your second day is when you can challenge the final difficulty. So as you know, I screen record when I play, so I screen recorded the first 3 stages yesterday, and then this morning I played the final difficulty, the class SS, I think it's called, the highest difficulty of the Climax battles. So I do challenge all the difficulties in this video. I do have a cool idea they threw in at the end of the video for the final fight. I was debating whether or not I should make a separate video over this concept, but I'm just, you know, I'm just gonna do it in this video at the end. I'm gonna fight this Climax battle Shigaraki, sure, but I want to use characters that kind of make sense. So for these first couple battles, I'm just using like green units because he's a blue, so green beats blue in the game. So I'm just using a bunch of green units that I think are pretty strong. I know this Todoroki and Mirio can survive with like 1 HP from like endurance or something. So those two are definitely good to have on the team. The new Mirko and Nagant do so much damage, so having them is fine. And the green Ochako, I think I have her on a team later in the video. And I think I have the purple Nagant here as well on one of these fights, just because it's like I have 4 of the green units, might as well one character that's just like whatever character, you know? And the green dual Dobby Shigaraki, you just spam their plus ultra and it does so much damage. So having him on the team as well definitely helped. So the only Climax battle I've actually completed in its entirety is the Gentle Criminal one, which I do have a video over. Again, this is post-commentary voiceover, so I already know what happens in the video. I got a little, like, cocky when I beat the first 3 stages, because I didn't know how difficult this was actually going to get. Because as you see, for the first 3 stages, I'm just kind of, like, zooming past it, you know what I mean? Like right now the match just started on phase 2, the second difficulty, and I've already gotten, like, half health. And then I cleared the 3rd stage pretty easily as well. But when I get to the final difficulty of this, it completely changes. And you'll see later in the video when I challenge the highest difficulty, it gets crazy. If you fought this, then you probably already know what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's like an optimal team, or like optimal setup or something. But here's the thing, I mentioned this in like every other Ultra Impact video that I talk in, is that I play this game kind of casually and just for content's sake. I'm not professional, and I'm not like the most knowledgeable on this game. Like, I don't know like the most optimal setups, the optimal teams. I just use who looks cool, or who I think is good against something. Like, for example, the Shigaraki's a blue unit, so I'm throwing a bunch of green units at him, because I'm just assuming that's optimal, right? I'm sure there's like a better way to do this, like a more efficient method of defeating this, to like hacks this or whatever. But I'm not very knowledgeable on the game and how mechanics really work. I just click buttons and pretty animations play. That's kind of how I roll in this game. And here we are. I think this is the third difficulty. So here we are, the match before the final difficulty. So here the difficulty kind of does spike a little bit. Like, it is noticeable that, like, he's a little bit more tankier, deals a little bit more damage, has a little bit more gimmick to him. But overall, the third stage of this is still pretty easy, all things considered. It's just when we get to that final stage again is when things go out of control with this. Where I don't think I can beat this with my account here. I don't think I have the right characters for this because I'm throwing a bunch of great units at him on the final difficulty, and it's like doing nothing. I think I got him to almost half, and then I got wiped. You'll see in this next fight. And then, so the final part of the video is the cool concept mentioned at the beginning of the video. I'll talk about it more when we get there. Also, so speaking of my account, I'm free to play, and I'm almost level 110. I did a showcase video when I reached level 100 on my account, and I've gained so many more characters and stuff since that video. So once I'm level 110, I'm gonna most definitely, I'll do another showcase video for my account here once I'm level 110, just because I have so many more characters, memories, and items. So where I think it would be pretty interesting just to have like a documentary for me or like whatever, to be like, hey, this is how much progress I made since that video. When I reached level 100, I'm level 110 now and I have so much more stuff. And it's also going to help, like, if someone, because again, I'm not knowledgeable on this game besides knowing the type matchups that like purple and yellow beat each other, red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red. Like, other than that, I'm kind of like not really sure how stuff works on the game. So when I do make my next showcase video of like everything I have on my account, I would appreciate if like people who do know the game would be like, hey, this is like, with all the characters you have, this is the most optimal team you could make here. I would appreciate that once I do make that video, to be like, if someone is like very good at this game and knowledgeable, because I am not, you can look at all my characters and memories and be like, okay, this is the best team you can make for that character or whatever. I would love to make a team just centered around the green, the new Nagant I have, because she's like my favorite character. Anyway, so we're about to wrap up this fight here. I think in a couple more turns, this fight is going to be over. And then we start the next difficulty, which I did this morning, because again, once they beat the first 3 stages, because you only get like 3, you can play as much as you want if you lose, but if you win 3 times, you can't play until like the next day on the Climax battle. So no matter what, even if you beat like the first difficulty in the first day, and then tomorrow you can still do the next 3. So no matter what, you have to wait for the next day for when you start the Climax battle to do the final part of it. Well, that's fine. I think it just gives you time to prepare or whatever. I already mentioned this earlier, but it's a very cool idea that they made this version of Shigaraki a Climax battle. But there's still so many more characters from Season 7 that you need to add. I've talked about it many times, and I think like the top ones I think we definitely need to add to the game is a Season 7 one-armed Endeavor when he went berserk, another Season 7 Bakio, light phase terrain, you know the one. And then a skill set, I really said skill set, I'm still used to Ultra Rumble. A Quirk Awakening for Ochako, when she fought Toga. We haven't had a new Ochako in a while. Like a Season 7 one at least. I'm surprised we haven't got, I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised we didn't get like the Season 7 Quirk Awakening Ochako right after we got the twice Blood Toga. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that. They're probably waiting for a different time, but I feel like soon will be better because Season 8 is going to be the more hype thing soon. So they really got to push out these Season 7 characters, like a new Tameki Amajiki with his plus Ultra being the Plasma Cannon. I would also appreciate a new Mirio with his plus Ultra animation having Nejire's aura in his arm when he punched Shigaraki. there's so many characters they can do from season 7. Like, I can think of maybe 20 or more characters right now, or like versions of characters from season 7. There's so many characters they still have to do from season 7, and I'm not worried that they're gonna like skip them or something, but season 8 is this year, I believe, of the anime, and I know how this game works. They gave it Stars and Stripes like towards the beginning of season 7, so they're definitely gonna want to pump out season 8 content when that does happen. So it's just a matter, do we have enough time to finish season 7 characters before the anime continues? Like, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, so now we're going to the final difficulty. This next part of the screen recording is from this morning. It's a new day, so I get another free single summons. Just do whatever one. I'd summoned on that banner, because if I get another copy of the gun, I'm happy. So here we are, Class SS difficulty. This is the team I'm running. I replaced the purple Nagan for the green Ochako, and thinking back at it, I probably should have replaced this Mirko for the Vigilante green Deku, because I think he deals way more damage than her. Based just how because I've used both characters and just in how it looks to me, Deku does so much more damage. But this is the fight that, like, the serious fight of this, because the next fight, the last fight after this, is me having a cool concept, but it goes terrible. I just threw it at the end of the video. I was gonna make a separate, I keep just vaguely mentioning it. The concept, I'm just gonna say it, I just use the season 7 Nejire, the new Mirko, the new season 7 Bakugo, Gearship Deku, and Lemillion, those 5 characters on the team, just to do like an anime like accurate fight. And I kept Deku and Miria on the bench just so they would come in last. I think that would be cool. But as you can tell, that went horribly. You'll see in after this fight when I did that. It's a cool concept for a separate video, to be honest, like challenging Shigaraki, season 7 Shigaraki in this game using an anime accurate team. But the problem is I got washed because most of those units aren't green besides the Mirko and the Mirio. So my characters got washed besides the Mirio and the Mirko. So what I could do is something, I don't know if this is like a good idea, but if I did want to make a separate video challenging the Climax Battle Shigaraki with an anime accurate team, I would have to challenge the weaker difficulty 3. I'm not saying I'm gonna challenge like the first difficulty, because that'd be way too easy, but like maybe using the anime accurate team in a separate video fighting the 3rd difficulty, not this final one here, because as you see in the next fight after this, it's impossible with that team. But I don't know, people would, I mean, I think the idea is cool enough, but it's like, would people care to watch that knowing I'm not fighting the highest difficulty, right? Like, the 3rd highest difficulty is still like, you know, difficult, but I think it's doable. So I don't know if it would be like one-sided. I don't think it's gonna be one-sided, because like, again, only the Mirko and Lemillion on that team are green. So I think, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I think it would be a good like video to do, fighting the 3rd difficulty of this event with an anime accurate team, or even just like making like a what if team, like picking 5 characters as a what if, like what if these guys, like what if these specific 5 characters fought this version of Shigaraki, and do a video like on that. But again, Ultra Impact is like a Pokemon game. It's like a turn-based game, like obviously, so it's not even like, I was gonna say not hype, but like Ultra Impact can be pretty hype. But just, you know, if you know what I'm trying to say, it's not like a fighting game or something in the traditional sense. So it's like, do I really want to make a video like that over this game? You know, like maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's just a matter of like, I also have like other content I want to do as well. I'm kind of rambling right now. I have no real objective with what I'm saying here. I'm just kind of speaking about ideas I have in my head. Regardless if people would watch it or not, I just kind of make videos of what I want to do, regardless if I know they're going to do well or not. I'm going to be honest, like a lot of times when I make videos like over like these kind of games, I know it's either going to like be horrible, but I do anyway because I want to. where I know it's going to do well. Regardless if it does well or not, or people actually want that kind of video, I might do it anyway, just because I want to do it. But it's also like I have other things I'm working on as well. But this event's got like 16 or 15 days left, so if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'll at least think about it. If I have time, like if there's a day where like I'm kind of busy with something else, so I'm not gonna have this video out on a certain day, then I might just like go on this game and record a quick video, like using a what if team against Shigaraki, and then make a video like that, as I just said. So I feel like it could be pretty cool. Like the concept itself is pretty cool. I don't have the newest Ida that's like tagged with Todoroki from Season 7, but like for an example, right? Here's my idea of what I was talking about. What if everyone else that got warped to other locations, like, to like time travel messed up or something? Let's just do like a what if, right? Where instead of Bakugo, Mirko, like Best Genius and all of them going to the Coffin of the Sky, what if like some weird thing happened and like Ida, Todoroki, Ochako, Froppy, you know, like everyone else got warped to the Coffin of the Sky, and like Deku and them are like not there or whatever. Like doing a video picking 5 characters who weren't warped to the Coffin in the Sky, and having them fight Shigaraki. But again, this is like a kind of like a turn-based game. It's like it's gonna be hard to make it like fun, in terms of like doing a what if fight on this game. Like if this is like Xenoverse 2, Sparking Zero, you know, even Ultra Rumble, you can kind of do something like that, you know, like. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say, it's like hard to do that in a turn-based game. Try to make a cool concept entertaining, other than like just challenging boss fights. If you know what I'm trying to say, it's kind of hard to explain. Like I understand in my head, I know what I'm trying to say, and it's now that I'm listening to it on this recording, it's coming off the wrong way, and I don't mean it to come off as like I hate the game or the game is not interesting. I obviously love this game, because I've been playing it for like over a year, and I have so much. I think I'm reached like maybe close to 100 videos in this game now, maybe a little bit lower than that. But I'm playing the game for a long time. I'm free to play level 110, level 109, but you know 110 basically. Gonna be 110 soon on the game. So I'm not trying to say I hate the game where it's uninteresting, but like doing a video that's not like just challenging the event or summons. And just making like a what if fight is gonna be hard on a turn-based game. Trying to make it entertaining, you know, because like I'm not going for a goal trying to beat an ultra difficulty boss or something. Doing like my strongest characters, and I know I'm gonna get washed using it like a what if team or whatever. Because as in this next fight, as you see, with the series full green team, I got him to half, as you just saw there. I think if I were to switch around that team I just used right there a little bit and like put the Vigilante Green Deku on that team, maybe replace the Nagant or Mirko, and maybe had one more healer on the team, someone who has like a green card or something, I feel like I probably could have gotten the highest difficulty of the Shigaraki, maybe a little bit lower, but I don't know if I could have won that, even if I didn't have that Deku on the team. I feel like it could have done so much better. But this is the fight I was talking about. I'm using an anime-accurate Season 17 of who fought this version of Shigaraki. And I have the Deku, Gear Shift, and Mirio on the back. So that way they would come in last. So that's kind of how it happened. Because Mirio didn't interfere, because he was doing like other things as well. Try to make sure other villains don't intercept the fight. And then he just decided, okay, it's time to save Bakugo and whatnot. And then Deku comes in last, obviously. I don't have the Monoma from, with like the Aizawa eyes and whatnot that uses the Warp Gate on this game. I don't think I summoned for him, so I don't have him on this game. But even if I did have him, I don't know if I would throw him on this team. You can only have 5 characters at a time, and I feel like these are the best 5 characters to represent what happened. But I feel like maybe Best Genius would also help, because I think I would replace like maybe, I don't even know, maybe the Mirko for Best Genius in terms of like what's the most accurate 5. I think I would need 6 characters to just add that genus. But you can only have 5, which is fine. But this is the concept. I was debating throwing this in a separate video, but as you see, these characters are just not surviving at Shigaraki. This may be a cool concept, but cool concept is not going to beat the highest difficulty Shigaraki. This is a climax battle, and it is very difficult. I remember the Gentle Criminal one, the one I mentioned earlier. I have a video on. The only one I beat is that Gentle Criminal one. And I don't remember if it was, like, easy or not. All I remember was I did beat it. I don't remember if, like, I overwhelmingly beat it or so. I can rewatch my video and find out. It was, like, a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. I don't remember. But I'm like, no, I defeated one climax battle in the past. Maybe I can do it here. But of course, so maybe they just made this Shigaraki because he's canonically, like, stronger than, like, All Might, right? He's canonically, like, as strong as All Might. Probably stronger with his quirks. Because you have to remember, right? In the anime, he's fighting all of them with All Might strength, but 0 quirks. Sure, his body's, like, growing, and he's got, like, the weird arm growing throughout the stage and whatnot, but he's got 0 quirks. And he's surviving Gear Shift Deku without quirks. Right? So if you kind of think about it like that, if Shigaraki can heal Super Regeneration and use quirks, right, I think he's the strongest character in the show right now canonically. Even for like Prime, All Might, and All For One, I think Shigaraki with 100% body is still stronger. If you just think about it like that, right, bro is 0 regeneration because it's no quirk, and he's just basically, even though he can keep up with Gear Shift Deku, he's like still surviving the hits and still doing like just tanking them pretty well, all things considered, without any quirks or any healing. After he fought, keep in mind, Shigaraki, and the narrator even says it too, he was breaking down mentally because he was fighting Bakugo, he fought all these heroes back to back, and then Deku comes in. So Shigaraki's been fighting like this whole time, you know? And I don't know how it went on that ramble, but that's the end of the fight and the end of the video.